The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, and Tsuburaya Productions. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Tokutalk.
Yes.
What with Pride Month being coming to a close and Wrath Month is upon us, Marcus thought it would be fitting to discuss fashion.
Let's do fashion.
Fashion.
Mother.
Specifically out-of-suit fashion.
Yes, we're going to be talking about not the suits this time.
Now, was this a suggestion from...
Yes, it was a suggestion on our most recent post when we didn't have a video that 1 week. Let me see if I could find who said the thing. I should have gotten this all done beforehand. But that's not how I roll. Y'all know me. Mm-hmm. I forget about a lot. Well, this person doesn't really have a name. At user hyphen a lot of letters and numbers asked, honestly would like to see a Toku talk about the fashion in Toku and how it can affect your enjoyment of it or the vibe of the show. We can do that second part in the second part of this, but I just want to talk about fashion for a quick second.
Please do.
I do have my favorites. Honestly, I really like how Boom Boongers sort of, like, the team outside of Chashido and Taya are pretty much just wearing whatever. Mm-hmm. Even, like, Genba, he does have his, like, orange scarf and things, but for our favorite police officer and girl who doesn't know where she is, they change outfits every single episode. She wears a lot of yellow, and it's weird because she's pink and there's no yellow in the show. And we just got out of Violet, and he does have his own get-up, but we'll see if they end up changing clothes like as we further go along. Mm-hmm. Last episode, they were like all in very fancy wear, and Genba was a bartender, which was exceedingly unfair. That was very attractive from him to do that for me. Thank you for Pride Month. Mm. But yeah, I really just love how the Boom Boongers are going about it. In regards to the more standard ones, I do love a team in uniform, but I like it when the uniform actually has something different on each one of them. Mm. So Deca Ranger is sort of like a main one for me. Mm. I love how, standardized that says, but I mean, they're police officers, part of an intergalactic federation of police officers. It makes sense why they have that, that entire suit up going on.
Yep, Pato Rangers as well.
Yes, very much so. And the Lupins just wear whatever. Mm-hmm. I appreciate it when a team wears whatever. I think it's my favorite thing. So it's not like, we're wearing color. Power Rangers.
We're not only wearing blue. We're not only wearing red.
Yes. I had to give a shout out to one woman, Miss Melody Perkins, Miss Astronomer herself, because wig, I can't help but stand that. I love a wig, and I love a wig change. I love an outfit change, bodysuit, just whatever she wants to wear, she wore it. She had a different hairstyle down there every week, and I can't help but love that. Give us something different, sis, and she brings it to you every week. Do you have any favorites?
As far as particular outfits go, I do not. Usually, to touch upon what they asked in the second part of the question, it doesn't really affect my enjoyment of the show, whether or not their fashion sense is, a la mode or whatnot, but...
Ice cream.
Doesn't actually mean that when you're talking about fashion.
I know, but it's so funny. Of course, where my mind immediately goes. I want ice cream. Anyway.
But is it trendy? Is it chic? Is it the most stylish garment you can wear? Doesn't really matter as long as the show is good. But I think it can do a good job of expressing a character's personality with the right costume. I think a good example of this is Eiji from O's. I think the very loose fabrics, very like bohemian kind of look that he has, I think fits his errant lifestyle where he's just wandering around, going job to job. He just wears what's comfortable, whatever's easy to move in. Something that's, I assume easy to wash. Or something that is, that he's able to wear for a long time without washing because he's always on the road.
I think it's so much harder to do this specifically for Rider, if only because there is nothing really standardized about what they're wearing, except for Gotchard. Because they have those student uniforms.
I would also say X-Aid, because they're all doctors and they're wearing
the white.
They all have the big white, doctor's coats.
Yeah,
but they'll be like an individualized outfit underneath that, and usually it's pretty standard. A lot of times it'll just be like pants and a shirt, nothing super fancy, but like the color choices that they use are sometimes. It'll be like a certain color for the pants that we can point to and be like, oh, I know that's X8. I know who that is.
Or Laser with his coat.
Mm-hmm, yeah, that's a good example.
But yeah, I mean, it can affect me in some cases because if I don't like what you're wearing, like that's usually going to be in the forefront of my mind when I see it. I did not like the Kira Major outfits, and I did not like because Gotchar's doing sort of a version of those. I don't like either. I don't. I really don't. I think it does end up getting a little bit tiring when they're pretty much wearing the same exact thing every single week. We saw this pretty much in every single Super Sentai, let's face it.
It's a lot of cartoons. It's a lot of anime. It's a lot of shows like this week to week. We're just visiting these characters week to week. They don't undergo any wardrobe change. For a cartoon, it's easier to draw.
Yeah,
we have to draw this character every single week. It's easier if they're wearing a school uniform. Or are they, it's like an Ash Ketchum thing where we're just wearing the same clothes.
Maybe a different hat. He got a different hat every season.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I don't know that I ever noticed.
But,
oh, well.
I think in some cases it's just like, I feel like you can do just a little bit more of what you're given. Mm-hmm. And, I can understand that, especially for, branding purposes. Premium Bandai sells a lot of, oh, he wore this coat pretty much all the season. Here's your version of this coat. It works a little bit better for me when it's a strict uniform, but something about Kira Majors and Gotchars is just this is a little bit underwhelming.
What about it sticks out to you as being underwhelming? Is it the color choices, the patterns? What about
I think it's honestly those shoulder capes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they're half shoulders and they come down right here.
Does it look a little too Party City-ish? Is that a good term, do you think? I
don't think it looks a little too Party City-ish. I think it looks a little bit too... What's a good word to say here? It looks a little immature. Because it's I can understand...
It's less of a team of superheroes. It's more kids playing dress-up.
Yeah, it feels a little bit like that to me. I understand in Gotcha they are students, so it makes a little bit more sense there. I did not get the reasoning for it in Kira.
No.
It just seems a little bit off. Really enough, I love the Magic Ranger ones. Those big coats with the, I think they had black accents on them and their color was the primary portion of it. I really like those. But I really think it's just those shoulder capes. It's just bruh, take it off. Throw it away. That's sort of my biggest issue with just explicitly those. And those two pop up to me so often.
I can think of a few that I actually do really like now that I think of it.
Okay. I was surprised you didn't say Gokaiger first.
I like that one, but it's not my favorite. I wouldn't call that my favorite. I think some of my favorites, look at the last couple of Sentais we've had. I think they jump out in my mind immediately as being, I think that's some really good costume design and does a good job differentiating these characters.
The Dawn Bros pretty much always...
Dawn Bros I was especially going to say, because we have characters from such different walks of life, I think in their civilian costumes, they do such a good job of differentiating them.
Momotaro's has a lot of outfits during that show. Haruka has a lot of outfits during that show. Blues broke.
Blues broke, but he wears traditional Japanese clothes, and it's muted colors. Black is always on the run, so he's wearing leather, and it's all dark black tones,
or a short shirt or something.
Yeah,
short black shirt.
Something simple and something dark that lets him kind of blend in and you allow him to run away.
And Pink's a
Pink
worker man.
He's a salary man. He's always in that suit and tie, but there'll be an accent of pink somewhere in his tie or his shirt.
Or lapel or something. It's great.
And then you have Yellow, who is always wearing, trendy Japanese girls' clothes, something that a teenage girl would wear.
And Don Torbolt / Dorogoku is a man from the country. Mm-hmm. And he has his whole thing of wanting to become a hero, so he ends up wearing the Chinese vest and everything. But he's also broke. So that's I sort of think they make a point of that. It's like, you're broke,
Mm-hmm.
he is broke, y'all are both broke.
Yeah.
Zenkaiser Black over here is, the master of
the cafe, but also Zenkaiser proper in his own show with that like Marty McFly look.
Yeah.
Circa 2015. I love that outfit. It's like almost a little too garish, but it just perfectly works for the tone of the show.
But also a lot of rainbow and pride.
There you go. I would also say I would be remiss if I didn't mention King-ohgers. I think what they do with King-ohgers and the way they differentiate, where we have Garo wearing it's like his clothes that he wore when he lived in in the orphanage, but like there's like just enough of like a regal accent and enough of an accent of red.
Yeah,
and then we have Hime with her yellow and like a princess dress
and a different wing. A lot. She just said something about like, I don't understand why Japan doesn't have gay marriage yet. It's like it doesn't make any sense to me. And I was like, you know what, Queen Reina,
we stand.
I love how the Spanish word for queen has just become a thing, and I don't know why.
And then
Reina.
And then we have, the president of Incobasa with his look is inspired by like the Yankee look with he's got the pompadour, and then he has like the crop jacket, the super tight black t-shirt,
but also sort of a little bit like goth punk.
Yeah, little bit there with like
electronic goth,
little cyberpunk.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. 2077.
Yeah, fair game. And then Rita covering their face. And then, great.
We got to talk
the
about
neutrality, and of course Kaguragi Dibalski.
Yes.
With the biggest, loudest costume of them all, and the way that the actor wears it, just like the dark tones accentuated by that bright pop of orange. It's great.
And, the faces and everything on the sleeves of the kimono.
Mm-hmm. And the way the actor uses his arms, always bringing them to the forefront.
I love the fact that he has a twin. So they've taken a lot of pictures of both of them in his outfits.
Oh, that's cute.
It's great. Just two of them together. And I'm sitting here like, picture how loud that room is if there were two Kaguragi Dibalskis in the room.
Could the world handle it?
No.
Reality would collapse in on itself.
And Jeremy. Being Jeremy.
Jeremy.
And I do love the fact that their outfits ended up changing halfway through the show with the time skip. Mm-hmm. So that made sense. It, differentiated them even more.
Mm-hmm.
I do love a good outfit. I really do. Mm-hmm. I really like the Go Busters ones too, although I really wish they did not give Yoko shorts. Mm. I'm just like, I don't super see a point in that.
Well, yeah, like I said before, I don't really have any that stick out to me as really...
Actually,
nothing really jumps out to me as bad.
That's a weirdly good point. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why on a lot of these, especially the women, actually this is really just pertaining to them, a lot of them end up wearing skirts.
And shorts.
And I can sort of get that for some parts of the year, but you got them out here wearing it late fall and in the winter.
These things shoot year round.
I know, but you got to take a little bit of, give them some pants or something. So they're not out here just cold in skirts. That's just me.
No, I agree.
It's just like
I can agree with that. We can change it up from season to season.
Yeah, give them something just a little bit, one to help during the summer, two to help during the winter. I think those are the two times that you have to be the most aware of the season that you're filming in. And then, of course, you got the fall and spring where you can do a little bit more of, have a little bit more freedom.
Mm-hmm. Maybe give the guys some shorts, too.
Give them a skirt.
Depends on the character.
They did do it in Zero-Ger for the Halloween episode where Leo had amazing legs.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
Anything else you wanted to add?
I'm trying to think of just any other. Oh, Kaku Ranger. Because of the fact that they just end up changing their outfits a lot during that entire season. Between them and Die Ranger. I hate the Z Ranger ones. Jetman was just like, we're people, so they just wore whatever. And I really
wore their regular clothes.
I think I really appreciate that more, and that's honestly one thing I see a lot more in Sentai, where I appreciate when they wear regular clothes, so it sort of differentiates them from the pack. especially because their outfits are, more uniform.
Yeah.
Garo. I love a coat with unnecessary buckles.
And I love those trench coats.
Like, they don't need to be there, but you did. And you did that for us. They're probably heavy.
I wonder how heavy they are. Who knows?
Yeah, like with all the buckles and straps and everything, a lot of them. I picture those things are quite heavy.
We may never know. We're going to have to ask.
Yeah,
but it's also interesting, I think, to look at, because we've of course been reviewing a lot of Showa era shows lately.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see how fashion has changed through the years. I mean, going back and looking at something like, Just Beyond or the original Kamen Rider, or as we're watching Ultra 7 as we are recording this, and just seeing how everyone is dressed day to day, like, everyone from our leads to our background extras to the, incidental characters, and
seeing the hair change over
hairstyles changing, going from,
a
just
short
tied,
beehive, like An is wearing in Ultra 7, that short beehive, man.
It's short, but then it also, like, she has multiple hairstyles throughout the show, because it starts with that, short kind of like bob look, but then it kind of changes to a pixie cut, and then that changes, and it gets longer, and
it goes to a beehive, and then you're just, it really changes over time. I really appreciate that. Although it's also hilarious seeing how some things just really never go out of style. Like that short buzz cut style, you pretty much just see that consistently. Like you see that people wearing that now, although a lot of the shows, they end up having, mid-cut, at least on the guys, those mid-cut like hairstyles and stuff. Don't really see those outside of side characters. Or, the swoop, the sort of, I'm not going to suggest that people wear swoop because it sort of has gone really past them by now. But seeing those, like the swoops here and everything, especially on the big muscular dude from Blazer, I'm bringing him up specifically because he's also a character in Boom Boomjer.
Oh, cool.
So, but yeah. It's giving fashion. Let us know what your favorite attitude fashions are in the comments below.
Please do.
Or if you can join us all the things, we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Thank you for watching.